Hi everybody, good morning, happy Friday. It's Dawn from Diamond Dotting Divas. Hello, hello. So this is our first Freestyle Friday, okay? So I'm gonna be jumping on Fridays at 10 o'clock and we're gonna just do some freestyle dotting. And what we're going to do, and we're gonna kind of learn together, is things that you can do with your extra diamonds. So if you've been diamond dotting for a while, you probably have accumulated a lot of extra diamonds like we have. If you missed this, then don't worry, this will be aired again after the live on Friday. I will save it and share it to our Facebook page, so you can watch it anytime at your convenience. Good morning, Leslie. So I'm excited to kind of learn with you guys, because if I make an error, you guys are gonna do it with me. Okay, so I'm gonna try not to do too much pre-work on this, except for maybe some finished projects or something to kind of see where we're going. But we're gonna kind of learn together. Hi, Leslie. Hi, Mara. So if you've been diamond dotting for a while, then you have probably accumulated something like this, okay? This just happens to be what I keep my extra diamonds in when I get done with the project and I have extra diamonds. They wind up in here, okay? And this is my bag, and I think it's time, it's overflowing, and I think it's time to start a new bag. But what I put in there is I take the diamonds from a certain kit. So this kit was Succulent Heart, which is retired. Oh, hi, Kelly. I'm sorry, I just saw it. So, I take the diamonds, say, from this kit. This is Succulent Heart, which we do not carry any longer. But these are all the diamonds that were left over from that kit. So I put them in a Ziploc, or the bag that they came in, the big bag they came in, mark it Succulent Heart. The great thing about that is, I know some people like to put them all mixed into a jar, and that's great for a decorative purpose. I've seen people do like layering in jars, like kind of like the old sand art, where they layer the colors in a jar and it kind of looks like sand art filled. So that's very cool. It's a cool decorative piece. The reason that Kelly and I do it like this is because you know, our kits sometimes get handled a lot. Let's face it, sometimes you miss a diamond. I even had a sample recently. We were at a show and I'm looking at the sample and I'm like, oh my gosh, I totally missed a diamond. Now either I missed it or it fell off in transport somewhere, whichever. But the great thing about this is then if we have these little kits, hi Kim, we can go back and I can look up the kit name and look in there and see if I have an extra for that. Now, since I'm going to be using my extra diamonds on new projects, well, then I might not have extra diamonds to replace those on my kits. So, you know, you win some, you lose some. But we're going to make some cool things, I think, with that. So, extra diamonds, keep your extra diamonds. It's up to you if you want to keep them separate to work on new projects. Or if you want to, like I said, do something fun in a jar, layer them like sand art, let the kids play with them, whatever you want to do. But this is how we keep them. And we wind up accumulating a big bag like this that has... so the little baggies in it. So like here's a baggie. This one says heart bookmark. So here's all my heart bookmark ones in there. And then this one is the butterfly nightlight. Okay, so you can see nothing fancy. I just write on the bags with a marker. Okay, so yeah, so that's how we do them. Okay, so what we're going to talk about today is freestyle. That's what we're going to talk about every Friday. Freestyle diamond dotting. Okay. Some of you know, some of you may not know, we do carry this large blank sheet. These are $8, and I actually measured it yesterday because I did put it on the website. We thought this was 11 by 15. It is actually, the dotting area is about a 12 by 15. So it is big. It is bigger than one of our 11 by 15s. Now, hi Lisa. Now, yes, you can do a project on this whole thing. Would be amazing. But what we're going to work on today is we're going to work on a smaller piece, right? Let's start small and work our way up. So we're going to work on a smaller piece. And remember from our freestyle bundle, hi Denise, our freestyle bundle, this is one that I had made before, and it's just a small, I think this is actually a 4x4, 3, it might even be a 3x3, and then I matted it on a couple pieces of cardstock. I cut out of that big sheet. Okay, so that's what we're going to do first. So what I did first, and I'm going to pull this camera down so that you guys can just see where I'm working. You won't be able to see me You'll be able to hear me, of course. In the Freestyle bundle that you get, the $10 bundle, this is one of the patterns you get. This is the pattern we're going to be working on today. Okay, so each week we're going to work on something different or a different pattern. Okay, so that's kind of where I'm going with this. So I'm going to move this down so you can see my work area, I hope. Okay, I'm wearing my school shirt where I used to work. Okay, so I might not see all your comments right away, but I'll take a look up every now and then. Okay, so here's my work area. So remember I said I'm using the diamonds from Succulent Heart. Okay, so I have taken those diamonds and I kind of just went through the bag. And if you look at our pattern, you can see that this has like 3 colors. Okay, I poured out 4. I poured out 4 colors that I like, and I'll show you why in a minute. But I do have the bag still here because if I need another color or I want to add a 5th color, my bag is still here. I can use it. Now, you do not have to use the diamonds from the same kit in your creation. Mix it up if you want. This is just what I did for me this morning. It was easier to just pull a bag out of Succulent Heart, which I know I love these colors, and work with these. And I know they'll kind of all coordinate. If you want to pull a couple colors from this page, I'm sorry, excuse me. The fire department has just pulled up in front of my house. This is live TV, you know, or live thing. So I'm hoping people are okay, but okay. We just had a fire in our neighborhood last night, but it was a couple blocks over. But now I just look out my window and I see Mesa Fire Department in front of the house next door. Kind of scary. Okay, I'm sorry. Totally off track. Okay, so Succulent Heart. So I have these out. Like I said, if you want to mix it up, pull a color from Succulent Heart, pull a couple colors from another kit or whatever, or black. Black is a great one to have. If you have a lot of black left over, you could use black for a lot of things, for outlining and stuff like that, okay? So anyways, these are the colors I pulled out of Succulent Heart today. I have like a teal, kind of a sea foam, this avocado color, and a pink. Don't know why. I don't have a plan for them. Like I said, we're going to learn as we go along. Out of that big sheet that I showed you, Kelly, you're so hot, you're on fire. Yeah, just kind of weird because we had this big fire here last night, and now I'm like looking out the corner of my eye, I can see the fire truck out there. So it's kind of strange. So if I have to shut down right away for some reason, please excuse me. I'll come back on and let you know what's going on if they come knocking on my door and tell me I have to leave or something. Okay, so out of that big sheet that I showed you, this $8 sheet, okay, it's huge. It's, like I said, 12 by 15, 16, I forget. And they are on the website now. And they're under the categories Other. I put it under 2 categories, Other and Tools. Because this is a tool for you to use to make something, right? Okay. So I cut this little piece out, okay? I'm going to tell you that I cut this piece larger than what I'm going to actually dot, okay? It makes it easier to work on. You don't have to worry, and I'll show you in a little while why I learned this. You don't have to worry about this last row, dotting on the last row, because if you're like me, you may not cut exactly straight. If you look at this, these are circles. So this is for your round diamonds, okay? Do you see all the little circles? And I just cut it with the scissors. This is a really heavy canvas. It's actually very nice material, very nice canvas. It's really heavy and really, really, really sticky. Really sticky, okay? So what I did is I counted 40 dots across, 40 dots down, and I cut it on those lines. But that is a bigger space than what I'm going to dot on, okay? Because just like when you get your diamond dotting kits and you dot on your area, you dot your kit, and then you can trim it, okay? So that's what I'm planning on for this, is that it can then be trimmed and I don't have to worry about dotting all the way up to the edge, okay? So here's my piece. Now, when you cut this large piece, if you use the whole piece, it has this great little tab right here, and you just kind of pull up the plastic, okay, and it peels back, right, to work on. But if you cut out a middle section, you no longer have this border where it's easy to pull the plastic up. It just happens that this one has a border because I cut it off an edge. But if you cut a center piece like this one, okay, there's no border. It's really hard, and I have some nails, but it's really hard to get that clear piece off the top because it is so sticky. So I had to think, what can I do? So I went and got a pin, and I just kind of slid that pin in there between the plastic and the canvas on the corner there and pulled it up a little bit, just enough so I can grab a corner and peel it back. Okay, it's just one of my tips I learned as I was going along. I sat here and fought with trying to get that plastic off of one of these center pieces, and I had such a hard time. So you could use probably a straight pin. I just happen to have a safety pin around. Okay, so that's my tip number one for that. Okay, but this piece had a border, so it was a little easier to pull up. So I pulled it up a little bit. Here's my plastic, and I put a piece of tape here to hold my plastic back. Okay, and now for this, since you guys are watching, I am going to just put a piece of tape on the back because you see how it's curving. I'm going to just put a piece of tape on the back and tape it down to my mat here that I'm working on. Now, I could be, and I would recommend probably to work on a light pad, but with the camera and everything, I tried the light pad and you get a real glare and it would be hard for you guys to see. So I am not going to work with a light pad, but I'm going to try to work with my lighted tool, which I love. Okay, so I have my lighted tool. I'm going to put some wax in it. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to look at our pattern, right? Now, again, you can follow these colors. You don't have to follow these colors. This pattern can go this way, can go this way, whatever you want to do. Freestyle is the word, right? So I cut this 40 by 40, and I had counted out this pattern, like between here and here, say 2 of these little designs, and it's 35. So I know that if I go in 2 circles on each, or starting out, if I go in 2 circles, I should be fine because I did cut it bigger. Okay, so I'm going to start in 2 circles. Now you're going to follow this pattern along as you go. Okay, so I did not pre-plan my colors. I didn't want to for you guys because I want you to see that, again, you can just kind of wing it or really plan it out, which would be great. If you're trying to match something, you know, that's fine. So whatever you want to do. So I'm going to follow my pattern. And if you look at this pattern, you can see that these are squares, but just, you know, the squares now become circles on our canvas. Count in. I'm going to start right here. Okay, fire truck is leaving, thank goodness. So weird. I hope my neighbor's okay. So anyway, I'm sorry. Just a little distraction here. So anyways, I'm going to count in. I'm going to start right here. And do you see these red ones? Instead of the red, I'm going to do pink. Pink? Let me think. Sure, why not? And the other thing you have to do is when you're doing this, actually, let's see. When you're doing this, take a look at your diamonds. Now, I'm working on a small piece, but remember, these are leftover diamonds, so you do not have full bags of these, right? So I'm kind of looking to see what do I have the most of, and I actually have a lot of this color, and it looks like there is a lot of that reddish color in there, right? There's a lot of that white too, though. So I think I'm going to pull another color to do, let's see what I have the most of. So I have the most of the teal. So think of it this way. I'm looking at my pattern. The 2 colors. Some early morning crafting. How about it? This is early for me. So look at the pattern you're doing and kind of decipher which areas have the most color. And then that will help me pick what colors I'm going to do, because I'm going to pick the packages that I have the largest amount left over in, which it happens to be this bluish color. So that's the one I'm going to use. All right. Now remember, because I'm using all the leftovers from the same kit, succulent heart, I'm hoping they're gonna all look okay together, right? I mean, they've been used together before. So here's our little packages, and what we do is when we're done with that kit, we fold it over and tape it. So I'm just gonna cut this off, the tape, to get through it. All right, and then I'm gonna pour some into my tray. Okay, some of you have seen these trays before. What are these trays? GWPs, gift with purchase. So sometimes on our live, we give these trays away. I love using them. I do, especially for something like this, where I'm gonna have a bunch of colors out. This works for me. Okay, so we're gonna start on our pattern right here. Whoops, let's turn this off. We're gonna start on our pattern. I'm gonna start here with the red, except that my red is going to be that light blue. Okay. Light blue, I lied, it's gonna be teal. The light blue is gonna be all the white area because I have a lot of that. Okay, so it's gonna be the teal. So I'm gonna count how many there are. So starting at that point, there is 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm gonna go into my teal. I'm gonna start a couple dots over and one up so that I have some cutting room. Actually though, I have a border at the bottom of this, so I really don't need to start one up. So I'm gonna slide this one down. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. So you just count the squares. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, some of my wax is coming out of my pen there. I just loaded it, so I probably have too much in there. Oh, how about if we turn it on so you guys can see? Okay, so do you guys see this? So 1, 2, 3, 4. So I did start right at the bottom here because I do have an area to trim off on this one, but at the other end I would not, but that's fine. But I started 2 in because remember I cut my piece of canvas bigger. Hi, Bev. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, after my 4 red, I have that blue color, and then it goes into the white. So I'm going to continue on that first line, and I'm going to count the next one. So there's 2 of that blue color. And the blue color, I'm going to make that, we're going to do pink. Okay? So I'm going to go 1, 2 pink, because that's what it shows. Now, this is where we get into the white. Okay? So I've got the 4 red, 2 blue. Now it's the next color is white, and there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now that's the one that I said, looking at this pattern, I think that the most is the white that I would need the most of, so that's why I'm going to use that light blue. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So now I'm going to lay down 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and we're going to just keep following along. Then I'm back to the dark blue color, which I am using pink. So the only thing is that if you're using different colors than, of course, what's on the pattern, is remembering what's what. But I'll tell you what, once you get this first line down, it'll be much easier to follow it, okay? So now I did those, and now I'm back to the red, 1, 2, 3, 4, which my red is teal. And you could always write it down. You know, if you need a grid to follow or, you know, to remember what colors are what, go ahead and write it down. The other thing that you can do is if you have different color Sharpies, which I have a whole bunch of different colors of Sharpies, if you need to, you could always pre-do your pattern right on your canvas. So like in this case, I'm just going to do a little corner here to show you. If you take your Sharpie and kind of follow your pattern on here, you can just put a dot right in the center of your circles, just like this, with that color. All right? And your diamonds will cover it. And these are Sharpies, so it'll be permanent. So if you want to make a pattern like this, using your color, different color Sharpies, and like I have a whole, I have a whole bag of different colors of Sharpies, you could totally do that because your diamond will cover that area where you just put the dot. Now, I probably would not color in the whole circle. You know, we're not voting. But just kind of tap it down. Just enough so that you can see it. So that's just another idea, okay? Okay, now I got to find out where I'm at. So I did my 4 red. Now there is one line of white. And what color was our white? Was light blue. So we're going to do a light blue. Okay, and now this pattern repeats itself. So we know that we have 4 of the teal. All right, so it's a repeat pattern, which is good. It's kind of easier to follow. Okay, and now I could look at this and still count them off, or I could just look at what I've already dotted and kind of follow it along. So I did 4 teal, 2 pink, 4 teal, 2 pink, and then I went to my light blue. Now I have a green out, which I really want to use, but I'm going to show you guys where we can do that green at. The other thing, which I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So yeah, you got to be able to count, and it's kind of early for me. And then we did 2 pink, and I am just copying now this pattern I already started. 2 pink, and then 4 teal. Oops. I dropped one of my teal. I have to say, this canvas is very, very sticky. I mean, one of the stickiest canvases that I have ever used. So be careful. I had another one out here, and you have to see what I did. I'm just going to have to cut it down. Oh, what did I do with it? Here it is. So I had this one out here that I was going to work with. Actually, it's already got the little thing back. And I accidentally flipped it, and it got stuck on my cardstock mat that I have here. So I have this little nice black line, which I did try to attach a dot to it, and it still sticks. I mean, it's that sticky. It still sticks, so I think I could still use it. Or I'll just trim off the bottom and just make this a little smaller. So, or whatever, I'll use it for something. Okay, so now I have repeated my pattern. I have the 4 teal, 2 pink, 5 light blue, 2 pink, 4 teal. And then the 1 light blue kind of separates the pattern. And then I've got the pattern repeated on this side. And you can see then that I started 2 in, and I still have 3 left on this side, so that when I'm done, I can trim this, okay? So that it's just easier. If you cut it right to the edge and you cut a little bit crooked, you might not have a full circle on that end. And then I don't know for sure that your dot will stay on there, okay? So now I've got that done, my first row. So now it'll be easy to go along and follow, So I know that my 4 red, which are my 4 teal, are there. So I'm going to look at the next row. What's above that? 3 teal. So I'm going to go into my teal and do 1, 2, 3. Okay? And I'm going to now just follow that. And then it is 1 of the pink, which is my next color. Okay? And you're just going to continue and follow this along. Now, I have these 2 greens in here, which I really like, and I want to incorporate these greens in there. So what I'm going to do is when I get to this area, like this center area, I'm going to make this one of the greens. Okay? So I'm going to change this up. All right, and you can do that, and I would recommend you do that because remember, you do not have full packages of your diamonds, right? So, like I said at the beginning, kind of go along, look to see what you're working with as far as your diamonds. You may want to separate them and put them in, like, what color I have the least of to what colors I have the most of, and then look at your pattern and kind of decipher where you're going to put them that way, okay? So, I've showed you how to start. Okay, now we're going to do like the magic of TV here. I'm going to take this off. I am going to love these colors though, especially if I add that green. I think this is going to be very cool. So I'm going to hang on to this because I'm going to still work on this. And actually my little finished freestyle projects, I think, are going to be some of our giveaways on Monday nights. So I have to finish them, right? Okay, so I have all these little bags of the colors I was working on. Here they are. I'm going to take these and I'm just going to place them over here with my diamonds so I know what I was working on. And I'm going to show you what I started yesterday. Now this one I did was Bunny Cup. I don't know if any of you remember the kit Bunny Cup. We don't have, it's been, oh, I don't know if we have it. There might be one out there, 1 or 2 out there left. We had it around Easter, but it was called Bunny Cup. So here are all the beads that were in that, all the diamonds from there. And again, I'm being lazy and I'm just picking a package of a kit that I liked, like the colors, and I'm using all the ones from the same kit. But you can mix them up. It doesn't matter. Okay? Kelly, ooh, I hope I win. Oh, she said, nope, they're sold out. So Bunny Cup is sold out. So I did pick, excuse me, too much talking. I did pick Succulent Heart and I picked Bunny Cup because figuring we're out of both of those. So, okay, so here's what I did. Same pattern that we were just working on, this guy. And here's what I did. Okay, so these are the colors from Bunny Cup. Okay, and here's my little, here's my tray. So I pulled out the colors I like. Again, looked at kind of what do I have the most of and whatever. And remember I said in that one I'm working on, the new one, that I'm going to make that middle section a different color, probably the green. And so that's what I did here. I made this the purple. So this is the same pattern as this basically, but I'm just working off it. And look how different it can look. Okay? It's so cool, right? So I started again at the bottom and just kind of worked my way up. And then when I got up to this point, I wanted to change it up because I'm like, I don't know that I'm going to have enough of the, whatever I was using in place of the blue is this tealy color, this light bluish color, okay? Don't know if I'm going to have enough of that color to do the, you know, this whole little square. So I like the purple, so I popped the purple in there. Then I love orange. Orange is like my favorite color, and there's this really cool rust color in here. So I popped this rust color in here, and I didn't plan on making this kind of a design, but look at this design it made, like this little, it's almost kind of like an Egyptian type looking thing, and I love it. So this now becomes my pattern, okay? So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 rows, okay? So 10 rows, and this now is my pattern. So I'm gonna now start going up, and I am going to continue. So I'm just gonna follow each row. So this first row, I'm now gonna put here. Second row, and I'm gonna keep going up until I fill it up. So 10 rows, okay? And I can go up, I think this was 35, so I'll go up 30 rows or whatever, all right? Again, you can work on bigger pieces, bigger canvas, just, you know, whatever you want to do. And here's the thing, we want to see your projects. I love to see what you guys come up with because I get so many ideas from you guys. So, I know Kelly says, so pretty, you're awesome. All right, so I love this one now, and I just love that I popped this orange in here, not even with a plan that it would look like this, but I love that it's kind of got this, I don't know, I say Egyptian, I don't know, but it's just kind of got this fun feel to it now, right? It looks like a little house or something, I don't know. So I'm going to continue this one. I will hopefully have it done by Monday, and then I can, by Monday, and I can show it to you guys. Or if I have it done, I'll have it done by next Friday, because Freestyle Friday, that's when we have to do show and tell. So I'll have it done by next Friday, and I'll be able to show it to you guys, too. Did you make your pattern too? No, Bev. These patterns Kelly found online, and she printed them. And these come in our Freestyle bundle. So our Freestyle bundle is, you get 2 of these frames. Okay, so you get 2 of these little frames. How cute would this be in here? Oh my gosh. And then matted on some of the fun, like the dark purple or something, the darker color would be really cute. So in the Freestyle bundle, you get 2 of these little frames. You get 3 sheets, pre-cut sheets, and you get 4 patterns, 4 different patterns. Okay, this just happens to be one of them that's in the Freestyle bundle. Now I do, and it's $10 for the bundle, so it's a steal. And then you have your own diamonds. You have your leftover diamonds. I do have some other patterns coming up besides the ones that are in the bundle. And what I'm going to do is if I use a new pattern on a Friday, I will put that on our page and you'll be able to print it out. Okay, it'll just be a pattern out there that I found, and I will put it on our page and print it out. I will say I have a cute truck pattern coming up. I don't know when I'm going to do it. But I do have a truck, like a red truck or teal truck. You know, the trucks are so popular right now. So I do have a truck pattern coming up. I'm not sure when it'll be, but you'll just have to keep watching Freestyle Friday. So anyways, I kind of love this. Look at that. Isn't that cool? Now, what can you do with these little pieces, right? I've got all these little pieces. Well, as I was dotting this today, of course you can put it in those little frames, which I really love these little frames. And like I said, you get 2 of these in the bundle, plus the other stuff. It's a deal. We just happened to find a supplier that we can get these from for a good price. So you get 2 of these little frames. How cute would these little frames be? Like, you know, 2, one on top of the other with your finished projects in them, or a set of 4, or whatever. You can buy as many bundles as you like. So, and it's a floating frame. So, I mean, I've got my blinds back here. You're not going to be able to tell much. But, so what happens when you hang it is your wall color shows behind it. So if you have like a gray wall, can you see down here? It's hard to see. But if you have a gray wall or whatever color wall you have behind it, the glass part, it will show behind it. Or you can cut your canvas bigger and kind of take up the whole area, or mat it and then cut your canvas just a little bit smaller than your mat to take up the whole area so you don't have the mirror showing through. So whatever you want to do, be creative. There's, as Kelly says, there are no Diamond Dotting Divas police. Okay, so this one is the one I started yesterday. All right, so I'm going to show you real quick what we're going to do. So I have this, my whole pattern is laid out now. So all I have to do is continue. Now, it starts with the 4 pink, and I have 4 pink. I am going to put another row of the pink because I'm going to like really start that whole pattern. Okay, so I'm going to do my 4 pink because I'm looking at my bottom row here. So we're going to do 4 pink, and then I've got 2 of the light blue. All right, and I love these little trays, you guys. If you're not using yours, especially for something like this where I've got all these colors out and I don't really know what I'm doing pattern wise, but 1, 2, 3, 4. So now I've got 5 of this off-white color. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you can even kind of just look up, kind of go up from there. Then I've got 2 of the light blue. And how nice is this light? I love it. I hope you guys can, I don't know if it's messing you guys up from seeing it. So 2 of the light blue, and then I go to my pink again. All right, but the biggest thing with this is to just kind of look and see what your quantity of diamonds is. Now, can you buy extra diamonds? Absolutely you can. There are places out there that sell them. I'm sure there's, I think Joanne sells them too, extra diamonds. You can buy extra diamonds, but what's better than getting them, already having them for free, right? So if you have an $11 kit, or however many of you've done so far, and you already have all these extra diamonds, it's kind of like a freebie project after that. I mean, you don't have to pay for the diamonds. Now, unless you're looking for specific colors, like black, I would probably buy, I like black. I mean, I just think black makes a lot of things pop. Like this one here, I did the outline in black, okay? This is kind of just a quilted pattern. You know, I might buy a full bag of black and maybe a full bag of white or off-white or something because those are kind of neutrals. But otherwise, I really recommend you use the diamonds you've got. Use them up because it's just kind of fun to see what you can make with them. Okay, so here's my next layer, and then I've got 2 blue. Now I'm out of blue, so make sure I've got my right bag here. So in these little trays, I only put a few at a time. Because then when you're done, if you only have a few in there at a time, it's easy to, oops, okay, so this one is orange, and it should be pink, so I gotta get that up, there we go. So it popped into the wrong spot, so let's fix that. Good thing I had my light to see that, or I would never have noticed. All right, so now I need the blue. Love my light. Okay, and then the off-white. So you can see what I'm doing. I'm just following the pattern. I'm looking at my bottom row and just following it along. All right. Okay, so that is it today, I think, for Freestyle Friday. We will be working on different things, not just canvas. Sometimes I might bring wood. Anything I can find, I'll be on the lookout. I've got a lot of stuff in my stash, too, that I need to use up. So I'll see what I have in my stash and see what we can do. We will be working on some other things like letters. I'd like to do some lettering someday. And during these videos too, I'm getting a message here that my stars are enabled. So if you guys are star senders and would like to send stars during these videos, I would truly appreciate it. That would be wonderful. Thank you so much. I'm getting a little message at the bottom of my screen. So thank you for stars. And let's see. I'm like, this is so fun. I just can't wait to finish. I actually have to go meet Kelly today. We have an appointment, but this is kind of fun because it's just new and you just don't know what it's going to come out like. And I love that, like I said, when I popped in that orange color, I was like, oh, I love that. So, all right, so I'm out of pink. So I'm going to pull my pink. Now, it just happens that this kit, this was Bunny Cup, had a lot of leftover diamonds in it. A lot. Also, though, I think I remember on Bunny Cup, I switched a color up, too. It had called for a lot of the light blue in the cup, and I made it purple or something. But it had a lot of extra diamonds. We always have a lot of extra diamonds left. Knock on wood, Kelly and I have never been short diamonds with a kit. So I know it happens sometimes. I mean, that's, mistakes happen. I get it. Or things happen. You spill a tray, the cat gets into it, the kids get into it. It happens. But we do our best to try and help you guys out and get your replacements. But, yeah, but we always have tons of diamonds left. Okay, so now I've just done my second row. I'm sorry, my first row that I've copied from the bottom. And now I'm just going to keep following it along, okay? So once you have your pattern in place, which my 10 rows was my pattern, once you have your pattern in place, then it's really easy to just keep going and follow along. All right. Thank you guys for joining me this morning. How did I do? What time is it? Okay. Kelly was worried I was going to be too long. I'm a talker. I can't help it. If you guys don't have one of our GWPs, gift with purchase, on your next order, let us know that you would like one. If it happens to be a day that we're not giving them away, just let us know that you would like a tray. We have them in all different shapes, so you just don't know what you'll get. Here's the bow. Here's the diamond. We've got Mickey ears and his thing. So we've got all different shapes. But if you would like one and you don't already have one, a lot of you I know already have them. Just let us know next time you place an order that you would like a GWP tray, gift with purchase, and we'll get one in your order to you. All right. I hope this was fun today. I had fun being with you guys. I look forward to Fridays, every Friday. And let's face it, I have to get up and be on by 10 o'clock. Oh, good. Thanks, Kim. There will be a couple Fridays that I'm not available. I'm going to be going out of town. My son is getting married next month. I'm going to be gone a couple of Fridays. So what I'm going to do on those days is I'm going to pre-record it. So you won't be getting me live, but you'll get me pre-recorded. All right? And then we'll just go ahead and air those on Freestyle Friday. Thank you, Beverly. You guys are awesome. Thank you. So yeah, I'd love to hear your comments if you enjoyed this today. And like I said, we'll be doing something new each week. These are going to be giveaways. Oh, I was going to tell you. I'm sorry. So as I was doing this today, I'm thinking, what else could you do with these, other than putting them in the frame and whatever. So as I was doing these, you could even do them smaller. Like, how cute would this be? You could do them smaller, like say one of these squares or a big square or whatever. Make them into magnets. At the dollar store. At the dollar store, they have the little canvases. They're little. They have different sizes. I think they have rectangles. They might have squares. They come like 2, 3, 4 to a package for $1. You could do these in those sizes and then attach them to that canvas and put a magnet on the back. And these would be really cute magnets, refrigerator magnets, or for your file cabinet or at work or whatever. These would be really cute. Now, we do recommend if you're going to do something like that and it's not going to be behind the glass, that you go ahead and seal it. Mod Podge and just a touch of water just to thin it just a little bit. Go ahead and seal them because they're going to be handled. But these would be really cute magnets, right? And these would be a cute gift to give as magnets, like a set of 4 magnets on a little metal thing or something. So, I don't know, just thinking out of the box. All right, guys, thank you. Have a great Friday. Have a great weekend. Happy Freestyle Friday. I will see you next Friday, but I'll actually see you before then, because I for sure will see you on Monday for our Monday Night Live, where we have more new kits. More new kits coming your way. The kits that are left from last Monday night's live are on our website, diamond.divas.com. When you go to that website, if you scroll down from the landing page, when you go on there and you scroll down from the landing page, there's an area that says new kits. That's where the Monday Night Live kits will be put every Tuesday morning, so that you can see what we have from the Monday Night Live. If we sell out of something on the Monday Night Live, of course, then it won't be on there, so you won't see it. But that's why we say join us on Mondays, because you guys get first pick. All right, guys. Oh, happy Mother's Day to all you guys, too, to Janny. Thank you so much. Bye, guys. Have a great Friday, a great weekend, and happy Freestyle Friday. I hope you enjoyed it. Please let us know if you found this helpful or not. All right? Bye, everybody. Have a great day.